Forget luxury penthouses and modern mansions. Today, we are looking at the massive price tags behind the world's most expensive castles. We are unlocking the heavy doors to extreme wealth, from the spooky home of Dracula to the grand palaces of the British royal family. You will not believe how much these giant historical fortresses cost. Stick around for number 1. Its value is in the billions. Starting our list at number 7, we are taking a trip to the sunny and glamorous French Riviera. Welcome to Château La Messardière. Now, when you hear the word castle, you might think of cold stone walls, dark dungeons, and knights in shining armor. But this castle is completely different. This is a fairy tale mixed with modern billionaire luxury. Located in Saint-Tropez, this beautiful 19th century castle was originally built for a very wealthy French family. Today, it has been transformed into one of the most exclusive and expensive luxury hotel resorts in the entire world. Imagine waking up in a massive, soft, king-size bed, walking out onto your private balcony and looking at a perfect view of the sparkling blue Mediterranean Sea and endless green pine trees. That is what you get here. The property is huge, sitting on 25 acres of beautiful gardens. It features private pools, world-class spas, and restaurants that serve food made by the best chefs in France. But why is it on our list of the most expensive? Well, you cannot just buy this castle anymore. The real estate value of this massive property in Saint-Tropez, one of the most expensive pieces of land on Earth, is estimated to be easily over $100 million. Even just to stay here for a single night during the summer will cost you thousands of dollars. It is the perfect hideaway for celebrities, movie stars, and business tycoons who want to feel like royalty while soaking up the sun. Before we move on to our next amazing castle, if you are enjoying the video so far, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring you more amazing content. We are traveling to the beautiful country of Austria to visit a place that looks like a painting. Welcome to Schloss Hotel Velden. This castle sits right on the edge of Lake Wörthersee, which is famous for its crystal clear blue water. The castle has a bright, beautiful yellow exterior that reflects perfectly in the lake. It was originally built a very long time ago, in the year 1590. For hundreds of years, it belonged to rich noble families who used it as a place to relax and show off their wealth. But the story of this castle gets really interesting in the 20th century. A famous German billionaire and playboy named Günther Sachs bought the castle and turned it into the ultimate playground for the rich and famous. Movie stars, musicians, and politicians would travel from all over the world just to attend his massive, glamorous parties here. Today, it is an ultra-luxurious hotel. The owners have spent tens of millions of dollars to restore the classic architecture while adding insane modern upgrades. Inside, you will find a massive indoor beach club, a super high-tech medical spa, and rooms decorated with real gold and crystal chandeliers. Because of its deep history, its perfect location right on the lake, and the massive amount of money put into its modern upgrades, real estate experts say this property is worth well over $150 million. Imagine having your breakfast on a stone terrace while swans swim in the lake right in front of you. It is pure magic, but you need a very heavy wallet to enjoy it. Coming in at number 5 is a castle that hides a breathtaking secret. When you look at Castello di Sammezzano from the outside, it looks like a large, beautiful Italian mansion hidden in the rolling green hills of Tuscany. But once you step through the front doors, your jaw will drop to the floor. This castle features one of the most stunning and crazy interiors in the entire world. It was designed in a style called Moorish Revival. This means the inside looks like a magical palace from the Middle East. The most famous room in the castle is called the Peacock Room. The walls and ceilings are covered in bright, rainbow-colored patterns that look exactly like the beautiful feathers of a peacock. There are actually 365 rooms in this huge castle, one for every single day of the year. And the crazy part? Every single room has a completely different design, different colors, and different carvings. The man who designed this, a Spanish nobleman in the 1800s, spent his entire life and all of his massive fortune creating this masterpiece. It took decades of hard work by the best artists in Italy. However, there is a sad twist to this story. Today, this amazing castle is totally empty. It was used as a luxury hotel after World War II. But the business closed and the castle was abandoned. It has been put up for auction multiple times. The starting price just to buy the empty building is usually around $20 million to $25 million. But that is just the beginning. Experts say that fixing the water damage, restoring the delicate artwork, and making it a modern home again would cost another $100 million or more. So its true value is incredibly high, but it is waiting for a billionaire who loves art enough to bring this colorful giant back to life. Would you live in a rainbow castle? Let me know in the comments below. For number 4, we are going back to France, but this time we are stepping deep into history. Welcome to the legendary Château d'Amboise. This is not a hotel, and it is not abandoned. This is a true traditional royal palace. Located in the famous Loire Valley, this giant stone castle was the favorite home for many kings of France during the 15th and 16th centuries. King Charles VIII and King Francois I spent massive fortunes expanding this castle to make it the biggest and most beautiful building in the country. The castle is built high up on a cliff, looking down over the beautiful Loire River. It has massive stone towers, huge gardens, and defense walls that kept the king safe from their enemies. But the history of this castle makes it more valuable than just the stones it is built with. Do you know the name Leonardo da Vinci? The man who painted the Mona Lisa and invented incredible machines? Well, King Francois I invited Leonardo to live near this castle. When Leonardo died, he was actually buried right here, inside the beautiful chapel of Saint Hubert on the castle grounds. Because this castle contains the tomb of one of the greatest geniuses in human history, and because it was the home of French kings, it is considered a national treasure. You literally cannot buy this castle. It belongs to a special foundation that protects it, but if it were ever put on the open market, between the huge land, the historical buildings, and the connection to Leonardo da Vinci, experts estimate its value would easily reach hundreds of millions of dollars. It is a priceless piece of human history. We have reached the top 3. And for number 3, we are traveling into the deep, dark forests of Transylvania, Romania. Get ready to feel a chill down your spine because we are visiting Bran Castle, famous all over the world as Dracula's castle. That's right. This huge, scary-looking fortress was the inspiration for the famous book about the vampire Count Dracula. The castle looks like something out of a horror movie, but in the best way possible. It has tall, sharp towers, dark wooden rooms, and secret staircases hidden inside the thick stone walls. It sits on top of a 200-foot-tall rock, looking out over a valley, making it the perfect place for a king, or a vampire, to watch for enemies. Historically, this castle was connected to a real, terrifying ruler named Vlad the Impaler. He was a prince who was known for being incredibly cruel to his enemies, and he is the real-life person that the character of Dracula was based on. But away from the spooky stories, this is a real piece of luxury real estate. In the 1920s, it was given to Queen Marie of Romania, who loved it and turned the cold fortress into a beautiful, comfortable royal summer home. She decorated it with expensive furniture from all over Europe. After a long legal battle, the castle was returned to the descendants of the royal family. A few years ago, there were rumors that the family wanted to sell it. The asking price? A cool $140 million to start. But many real estate agents said that because it is a massive tourist attraction, bringing in 1 million visitors a year, its true value as a business and historical site could push the price well over $500 million. Imagine owning the home of Dracula. You would definitely have the coolest house for a Halloween party. For our number 2 spot, we are traveling to the rainy, romantic, and breathtaking hills of Scotland. This is Balmoral Castle. If you follow the British royal family, you already know about this place. Balmoral is not owned by the government. It is the private property of the royal family. It was originally bought in the year 1852 by Prince Albert as a very special gift for his wife, Queen Victoria. Since then, it has been the absolute favorite summer home for the royals. The late Queen Elizabeth II spent her happiest days here, far away from the cameras and the stress of London. Balmoral is a classic Scottish castle. It is built from beautiful, heavy gray granite stone and features many small towers and huge, warm fireplaces inside. The inside is decorated with green traditional Scottish carpets, dark wooden walls, and thousands of books. But what makes Balmoral so incredibly expensive is not just the building itself. It is the land. When you own Balmoral, you do not just get a big house, you get a massive estate that covers 50,000 acres of land. To put that in perspective, that is bigger than many entire cities. The property includes mountains, deep green forests, rivers full of expensive salmon fish, and smaller villages where the people who work on the estate live. Because it is a private home, the royal family does not talk about its price. However, real estate experts have calculated the value of the 50,000 acres of land, the ancient forests, the farming rights, and the huge historical castle itself. They estimate the value of the Balmoral estate to be anywhere from $140 million up to $200 million. But of course, to the royal family, the memories they have there make it completely priceless. If you had a castle with 50,000 acres of land, what would you do with it? Tell me in the comments. And finally, we have reached number 1, the Grand Champion. The most expensive, most famous, and most incredible castle on the face of the earth. We're staying in the United Kingdom, just outside of London, to visit Windsor Castle. Prepare to have your mind blown by these facts. Windsor Castle is the oldest and largest occupied castle in the entire world. It was originally built by William the Conqueror in the 11th century. That means people have been living in this castle for almost 1,000 years. It has been the home to 39 different kings and queens. Windsor Castle is so big that it is basically its own city. It takes up 13 acres of land just for the buildings alone. Inside, there are over 1,000 rooms. Yes, you heard that right. 1,000 rooms. The state apartments inside are decorated with the most expensive things human beings have ever made. We're talking about ceilings covered in real gold, huge crystal chandeliers that weigh thousands of pounds, and original paintings by legendary artists like Rembrandt and Michelangelo. The castle also holds St. George's Chapel, an incredible church where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle got married, and where many famous kings and queens are buried. It even has a small army of the famous King's Guards with their tall black hats to protect it. So how much is this massive 1,000-year-old fortress worth? Because it is owned by the Crown Estate, it will never be sold. But financial experts have tried to calculate its value. When you combine the massive size of the buildings, the perfect location near London, the incredible history, and the literal billions of dollars worth of priceless art and gold inside, the estimated value is absolutely insane. Windsor Castle is estimated to be worth between $250 million and $3 billion. It is the ultimate symbol of wealth and power. It makes billionaire mansions in Hollywood look like tiny little sheds. Windsor Castle truly takes the crown as the world's most expensive castle. Which one of these castles was your favorite? Would you rather live in Dracula's spooky fortress? Or would you want the golden rooms of a French king? Let me know your choice down in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this journey into the world's most expensive castles, please make sure to smash that like button. It tells YouTube that you love this kind of content. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out when we explore the most amazing and expensive places on Earth. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.